Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. India have won this first test match by innings in 141. Let's get into this review video. There's not much to add on from my review video reviewing the proceedings that took place on day one. When India at stumps were 121 for 2, I think we all knew that innings defeat was on the cards, and that's what happened. I didn't expect India to declare early today, and they finished this test match in 2.5 days. What have they gained from finishing this at the point that they have done? So halfway through, they've gained nothing. There's some more rest going into the second test, but according to me, Washington Sundar just arrived at the crease. Can he continue the form that he's been showing with the bat? Nitish Kumar Reddy also as a batsman, where I don't know about the future of Hardik Pandya in Test cricket. So if Nitish Kumar Reddy is that fast bowling all-rounder, can he continue? What can he show in this opportunity with the bat? They could have got answers to those questions, but I don't think India gained anything from declaring at that stage because what happened was going to happen. So that is something that I would say in India's point of view that if I was in that position, I wouldn't have done. And another thing, Bumrah in the first innings bowled 14 overs. In the second innings, he only bowled 6. He did not need to play this series, according to me. There are many fast bowlers in India. He hasn't had much of a workload in this series. I'd still say 14 out of 44 in terms of how often he's bowling is a workload. But overall, if you're bowling 20 overs in a test match, only bowling 6 in the second, it's not much. But I don't know whether they're going to play him or not. According to me, he does not need to play in the subcontinent generally, but we'll have to see the call that they take. So that is on India. And now on the West Indies, looking at their squad, there's not much they can do to change things. I think Shai Hope should bat at number 4. Now, in that case, Kevin Anderson averages, I think, 42 in first-class cricket, batting the middle order. And if he plays at number 3, I didn't think I'd see Brandon King opening the batting in a test match, but we don't know if Taggarnarayan Chanderpaul, if he's in the sort of the mind frame or form wise to score runs, and John Campbell is fairly experienced. What could be done is you open with Campbell and Brandon King, Kevin Anderson number 3, Shai Hope 4, Alec Athanas 5, Roston Chase 6, and Justin Graves has scored a 32 and 25 in each innings. He could bat at number 7. I think that's probably the best way they can strengthen things as of now. Tevin Imlak is a top order batsman, but who can he replace? You don't know. If you're looking at the bowling attack, Johan Lane was the most economical bowler, but Anderson Phillip is also on the bench. They may think to introduce Anderson Phillip, but Johan Lane didn't do badly. It depends what call they take. And Jediah Blades is also an inexperienced bowler. I've mentioned that he made his international debut before the CPO. We've not seen much of him. I don't know whether he would get a game in the second test match. And I don't think the bowlers did any badly because you're looking at their spinners. I've said they are spinners who try to play a containing role. And with how good of players of spinners Indian players are, and especially on a surface, a traditional surface where it's not going to turn as much until the last 2 days, you've got players that maybe at one stage are going at 3.2, and then let's say 2 boundaries get hit, then you're going at 3.5. You're not controlling the game as much in terms of run rate. That's what happened to Roston Chase and to an extent Jamal Rorican. Carrier Pierre, I think, is a decent bowler, and he went at 3.13. Jaden Seals bowled 19 overs, 2.78. He bowled well with a new ball. And Johan Lane, a debutant, was the most economical bowler. He didn't pick wickets, but his economy was the best out of the lot. And I think Justin Graves, his first 2 overs were maidens, but then he went at 4.91 overall. But I wouldn't say this bowling attack, it wasn't something where they greatly underperformed. They tried their best, but I've thought this for a while, where the West Indies, amongst others, if you take their bowling attack apart from Shamar Joseph, Azari Joseph, even though he wasn't available for this series, but given the lengths he bowls shorter lengths, and because of that, in the West Indies, where there have been 2 pace pitches, he has succeeded. Apart from that, in Test cricket, he hasn't had success outside of the West Indies, which is why if he was available here, I don't think he would have done much, but I think Shamar Joseph would have been better because he bowls fuller lengths. So in that case, apart from Shamar Joseph, after the first 20 overs, unless they're playing on a difficult surface to bat like in the West Indies, I don't think this attack has got to the level of threat where there'd be. So you think they'd be able to pick wickets after the 20 over mark, and we saw that in this match as well. So I don't think the bowlers did disservice to themselves. This is what they have got, and I think that with the surface that India provided, with the batting lineup they have, it also played into their hands. And as I said, in terms of the lineup change, that's what I would do. Brandon King to open, Shai Hope 4, then you can play Kevin Anderson at number 3. There are a couple of other players who aren't in the squad, such as I think Shamar Brooks, who played for some while, and then Nkrumah Bonner. And then you've got Craig Brathwaite, who after his 100 tests, as I said, he had been dropped. Now, will they bring him back for the next series? I don't know. And there is grounds to bring him back because we don't know how the opening combination is going to go. And you've got other two relatively experienced players in Shamar Brooks. He's played for a small while. And Nkrumah Bonner has played, I think, for longer. So maybe they could come back into the fray, but I don't know how that would go. But Shai Hope definitely has to bat at number 4. So that is on the series for the West Indies. The next match is happening in Delhi. And also for India, the squads, the ODI squads and the T20 squad has been released for Australia. I'll release that video soon. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share, friends. This is my opinion. What's yours?